Video is going to go through how to represent complex numbers as vectors. In case you want to show your complex numbers as vectors for an IA, or show your addition and subtraction geometrically. Okay, so first we want to go menu, geometry, points and lines, and we want vector. Okay, so usually we start our vectors on the origin, and let's say we want to do the vector with real part 1 and imaginary part 5. Okay, so 1 across, and then if we go up, that's about 5 there. Now it's a little hard to see exactly where 5 is, so what we could do is put a grid on. So we can go Control, Menu. Now we can choose hide or show dot grid, show line grid, show entry line. Okay, so we could choose show dot grid, and then you can see exactly where our points are a lot easier. Okay, so that looks like about 1, 5 there. Let's try and put it there. Okay, now let's say another vector is, say, 7, 2. So let's do another one. Menu, geometry, points and lines, vector, starting from the origin again. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and then up 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's our 2 vectors. Now we could draw a vector for the subtraction. So let's just pretend, let's call this vector u and call this vector v down here. Okay, so if I wanted to show u minus v, I would start from the end of v and go back to u, and that vector there is u minus v. Just to remind you how to check that, if you go along this vector, that's u. If we move along this vector, we're going in the opposite direction of the vector. So because this is u minus v, you negate the name u minus v, so it becomes negative u plus v. So far we've got u minus u plus v. Now u minus u is 0, then we've got v left. And then if we go down this one, this is v, we're going in the opposite direction, so it becomes minus v. So v minus v is 0. You know you've done it right if you get back to the origin and you're left with 0. Okay, so if you want v minus u, you can do your vector in the other direction. I might just get rid of that one. If you now want to do, say, the addition, what we might do first is change the window a little bit. So menu, window. So let's go minimum of, let's say, -1, maximum of 15 for the x-axis, and then a minimum y of -1, maximum of y of, let's write 15 again. So here we go. Okay, so now to do addition with 2 vectors, at the end of this vector you want to draw basically another vector with the same length and angle as this vector down here. So we'd want to go across 7 and up 2. So from here we want to just go above the other one, and then go across another 2, because see how this one is across 2 from the axes. So we'll go 2 extra across, and then 2 up, because that's how high this bottom vector is here. So from here, go 2 across and 2 up, and as you can see, that vector is equal to this one. And then if we join them up, basically what we now have is a parallelogram. So now if we go back to the origin and draw a vector from the origin to this very end point, this vector here can now be considered u plus v. So that's u, that's v, and this vector here is u plus v. We might try and actually name all those, so which might be helpful, say, for an IA. Let's adjust our window first of all, just to get a bit closer to that parallelogram. So menu, window settings. Let's do a maximum, maybe of 10 would be enough actually. Let's try that. Okay, good. So to maybe put some text in, label everything, if we go menu, actions, text. So if I put on there, This was V. And this one was U. Now this is just, it's like I picked up V and put it up here. So this is actually also V. And this, similarly, is also U. And then this vector here is U plus V. And there's a pretty good diagram if you want to show your vector addition geometrically on an IA or report.